In this video, I'm going to go over how app stores rank your app. And I'm going to actually look at the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, or the iOS App Store, and show you a listing and point out what factors each store uses to rank your app. And but before I go into that, I wanted to sort of touch on something much more foundational, and that is called the black box. And so what do I mean by the black box? Basically, the App Store is really essentially a black box. And this applies to the iOS App Store as well as the Google Play Store. And what I mean by that is that they guard or hide how they actually rank your app and what they do to determine which app gets shown more and which app doesn't get shown as much. It's all kind of a hidden art or a hidden science, I suppose, where they don't reveal exactly the algorithms they use to do all of that. Unless they've published something. They have some guidelines and a couple of published documents where they actually show you, these are the things you want to focus on to be able to get ranked better. But they're not an open book. You can't go into their office and start asking the employees exactly how it works and what you should do to get ranked the highest and how to get to the number one spot. So there are some published documents. But effectively what happens is we do some ASO tweaks to our app listing. It gets put into the App Store and something happens, and what comes out is visibility and ranking. Either good visibility and good ranking or poor visibility and poor ranking. And we don't really know exactly what happens behind the scenes in the app stores. And so what people do, what ASO experts will do, is they actually do a lot of trial and error. They do a lot of testing. They're basically tweaking and testing all the time and seeing what the results are. And in that way, it's almost like we're reverse engineering what the iOS App Store and Google Play Store are doing behind the scenes and basically trying to figure it out. Now, I wanted to point this out because what this means is that no one fully knows all the ins and outs of how apps are ranked in these stores. And it's actually changing all the time. App stores are changing, and what worked a year ago may not work now. And it's a lot like searching on the web too. Nobody knows exactly what Google's doing, and they're constantly tweaking their algorithm. And so it's a constant cat and mouse game where we're trying to figure out how to best rank in searching. And so what I want this to be is the strategies that you learn in this video course it'll form the foundation of your own systematic strategy. What I'm going to teach in this course is the foundation and it's the essentials of what will help you in years to come for the App Store. But what I want to say is don't take what I share in this course as the end-all be-all, and this is the way it will be. What I want to do is to open your mind to what works now and what will always work, because they are fundamentals. But as the algorithms change and as things change in the future, you'll be able to learn and adapt, and you'll be able to analyze and try something out and see what the results are, and then tweak it from there to improve upon it. So having said all that, just keep this in mind that just don't eat up everything that I say and take it as the Bible or the authority on App Store optimization. But take out your analytical mind and start to think, how can I improve upon this? How can I make it better? And how can I adapt to the changes that will come in the future? Okay, having said all that, let's take a closer look at App Store optimization. So again, in the previous video, you saw that for App Store optimization, there's all these different elements that you can tweak and adjust to improve your ranking in the App Store, or the visibility in the App Store. And so there's a quick list of them. So within the App Store, there's actually two subcategories, as I mentioned, search ranking and human interest, and how each of these elements within the App Store falls under these two categories. And we really have two goals that we're after. We're after ranking well for visibility, but there's different things that we're also doing, which is to entice people to look at our app and download it. And so those are our two goals, is to rank high as well as entice humans to see our app and download it. So here's just a close-up of how it looks. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go now into each of the App Store listings, the Google Play Store as well as the iOS App Store. And I'm just going to go through where these things are in each of the listings. So I'm going to start with the Google Play Store. And this is a listing for a game called Clash of Clans. And it's been out for several years now. It's been hugely popular. It's been at the top charts for both Google Play and iOS for well over a year, if not more, maybe closer to 2 years now. And I just wanted to use it as an example to point out how the listings look, so you understand what we're tweaking and where it's going to appear. So first off, you have the app icon, which is right here, and probably 9 times out of 10, your eye will be drawn to the app icon first. That's the first thing people will see in general, and so you want to make sure that the app icon looks really appealing. But having said that, it doesn't affect search ranking all that much. It influences human interest, and so keep that in mind. And then here's the title, Clash of Clans. That's where the title will be. There's the publisher name. There's the category name. And I think this is probably the latest update date, published date. Then there's the install buttons. Then here there's the rating, right? It tells you how many stars it is out of 5 and how many people have rated it. So there's been well over 4.7 million people that have rated this app. And over here, there's the number of plus ones that it's gotten. So this is like 2.3 million plus ones. So for Google Play, the plus ones has a big influence on how these apps are ranked. Then below this, there's a video. You can see here there's a video as the first image, and then a series of screenshots that you can see. Actually, there's quite a few. I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 screenshots that can be displayed here. Then below the screenshots, there's the description. And you'll notice that after about 25 rows, 15 rows of, approximately 15 rows of the description, there's a read more button. And so down below here, I'd call this is above the fold. But you can click read more and then it'll finish off the description there. But there is a portion that will be hidden after about 15 lines of the text in the description. And then down below after the description, there's the number of reviews, how many are 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, all the way down, what the average review is, how many there are. And then on the right, there's actually a summary of some of the more recent reviews. And so again, it's above the fold. It'll cut off after 3 lines, but it gives you sort of an idea of some of the reviews that have been left. For the update, right below what's new, any new update will be listed here, and then there's some additional information here. So that's basically the Google Play Store listing. This is to give you an idea of all the elements that I had listed in my graphic and how they actually appear in the Google Play Store. Now, this is Clash of Clans for the iOS App Store. And, very similar, but the title is at the top, and again, the app icon is here. And again, 9 times out of 10, this is what humans will see first. This will catch the eye, and so it has to be something that's fairly appealing. And here's the company name, and the description is at the top. And again, the description for iOS, there's actually only 2 lines, and then you can click more and it'll continue with the rest of the description. There's less emphasis on iOS's description. There's actually no, or very little, if not any, I don't think there's any influence on search ranking for the iOS description, which is completely different for the Google Play Store. Google Play Store the description has a lot of influence on the search ranking. But in iOS, there's pretty much no influence on search ranking at all. And that's why it's not as important for iOS. But I'll go into more detail with that in future videos. So again, here's the what's new, which is if there's an update, there will be a what's new section, and there's more here. Then below that, there's the screenshots. And here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're allowed 5 screenshots. And you'll notice there's no video for iOS. But with iOS 8, with the release of iOS 8, they are going to be adding video to this. So there will be video available for both Google Play and iOS, the iOS App Store. And that'll most likely appear within this screenshot section. Then below the screenshot are usually 3 or 4 customer reviews that are shown here. I believe they're in chronological order, so usually the newest reviews are left here. As well as on the left-hand side, it does list here the category, what category it's in, when it was updated, what version it is, the different languages it's available in. There is a listing for, or there is a rating here for the number of reviews, and you can see the current version is 4.5 stars. There's over 2,000 ratings. All versions, there's 83,000 ratings. So that's there, and then there's the in-app purchases that are listed there. So that's an example of the iOS App Store listing and where each of those elements are placed in the App Store for iOS. So just to summarize, just to go back to the image where the App Store optimization is broken into those 2 categories. With the listings that I had shown you, you can now get an idea of which ones are influenced by the search ranking and which ones influence human interest. And hopefully that gives you a solid idea of what you're going to be working on in order to achieve both these goals.